Hello there, my name is Ryan and I'm with Konica Minolta, and this video is going over basic copy functions on a BizHub 4 series device. As you can see here, this is a panel I'm remoting into one of our machines, and it gives me all the same options as I would as being right in front of the machine, but this makes it a little bit easier to record and get out for training purposes. So, what you see here is all your basic options. If you don't see this when you walk up to the machine, just tap on the menu button and that'll bring you right back here. Also, if you find yourself having some issues trying to figure out how to do something on the machine, there is a guidance button that kind of has a user manual inside of the machine itself. From there, access, that's not important for now. The interrupt button is, though. If you've got a big job going on and you need to get something done, you can go ahead and tap that interrupt button and take care of what you got to get done, and then tap the interrupt button again and let it continue whoever's job was being printed or copied from that machine. And then the preview is exactly what it says it is. You can preview anything that you have going in and out of the machine. Then this last button here, the enlarge display, it's great for those folks who accidentally left their glasses at their desk. So there you go, enlarge display does exactly what it says, enlarges the display. Also down here at the bottom you have a power button, which would be right around here. Probably don't want to mess with that too much. From there you have 3 option keys that are unique to the machine and the settings. So each one does a different thing and it's all programmed into the machine. So you should see a label on top of each one of those to give you an idea what kind of a shortcut that is. Start button will be right here. It's going to be highlighted in orange or blue. Blue means it's ready to go, orange means not so much. Stop option, just in case you did something really weird and you caught it all of a sudden, you could stop that job and put in this specific settings again for yourself. And then reset, which is awesome, because if you go up there and somebody put in some funky settings into the machine and it's spitting out things really weird, just go ahead and tap that reset button and get everything back to normal. So let's go ahead and dive right into the copy option. So we're going to click on copy. It brings up several options here. First off is color. Now for color, keep in mind that if you do have a black and white machine only, you will not see this option. But if you do have a color machine, this is what you're going to see. Notice that it is on full color. You probably never want this to be on full color. Instead, black and white's really great. Or if you do have some stuff you need to copy in color, click on the auto color, but don't use full color. Full color does something weird with the black and white items going through there and counts them as color. So you might want to keep that from happening and keep everything on auto color so it separates out those black and white pages that may or may not be in what you're copying. Next is we have paper. Now on the machine you have 4 drawers in the front, and each one is a smart drawer or a smart tray. They are universal. What happens is you put any kind of paper in there and fix the little plastic pieces in there to go around the paper, and it will automatically update right here on what kind of paper is in that tray, so you never have to worry about that. And as you can see, mine is on auto, so anything I put through there to copy, it will automatically go, oh, I know what size paper that is. Yes, we have that in the tray, and we'll use that kind of paper. A piece that is important is down here. It's called the bypass tray. There's a little hand mark on it. And that's important because there is nothing for it to figure out what's inside that tray. So we click on that and then click on settings. It's going to pull up a bunch of different options here for what kind of paper I can stick in that bypass tray. Just make sure you choose your thickness here, and there's several different options here. Keep in mind that if you're using labels, make sure that you put in labels that say for copier use. Anything else gets really weird. The reason why is if it's not meant for the copier, it can actually melt inside the machine, and that's not a pretty sight. And then everybody's mad at you because the MFP is down and they can't do their stuff, and you're the one that melted something inside the tray. Yeah, so not a good idea. Anyway, close that out. Alright, the next thing we want to talk about is the zoom column here. And as you can see, there are some pretty normal, basic, standard zoom options. If you don't like any of those, you can always click on the zoom button here, and you'll see a few more options available to you. But if you don't like any of those, you can always click on this little black box with the percentage inside, and a keypad will appear where you can type in your own custom zoom options. Pretty simple and straightforward there. Cancel out of it. Alright, next is original to output. As you can see, there's a greater than sign in between all of these, meaning that on the left is going to be what you have being copied. So if you have a one-sided item, that'll be there, and then you have it come out as one-sided. Or if you have a one-sided item going in and you want it to come out front and back, that'll be a two-sided option here that you just click there. You also have the option of doing a two-sided to one-sided or two-sided to two-sided copy. Make sure you have that the way you want it before you hit the start button. Down here is the combine option, which is really nice if you really want to go beyond that two-sided to two-sided option, or the one-sided to two-sided. You have like photos or something that doesn't really need a full page to display. You can go ahead and tell it to do 2-in-1, 4-in-1, or 8-in-1. It's really great for PowerPoint presentations. Last thing we need to chat about is this thing called finishing. Now, if your machine has a finisher on it, you're going to see this option. And what a finisher is simply a device on the side of the machine that will allow you to do automatic stapling or hole punching. Now, for stapling, you can only do 50 sheets at a time. So if you have some massive thing going through there, you might want to choose something other than stapling because it will not work. But hole punching is unlimited. So you can actually tell it to hole punch for a huge job if you'd like. The reason why it is unlimited is because it will hole punch it on its way out to the tray. So that's pretty great there. Now, another thing that's really interesting is this group sort option. So if you are doing a job where you have a whole bunch of items coming out and you're hole punching them, you can tell it to group or sort. Grouping means that if you have several copies of like a 5-page document, it'll do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Sort option's a little different. It does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next round of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So be sure you have that one set up how you'd like. Okay. Alright, and then once you have all your settings ready to go, you can tell it how many number of sets that you would like or how many copies you'd like to make by tapping on the number of sets. And you should have a keypad come up and you just simply type in however many you want. Hit close when you're done. And when you're sure all your settings are ready to go, then you just simply hit the start button and it will start to copy. Now, make sure that all of your items that you're wanting to copy are face up when you put them in the tray. And you can put a whole stack of them as long as they're all face up in the tray, tell it which sides that you want it to copy, and it'll be ready to go. And it'll spit it out just under that top tray after it's done scanning and copying those things. Again, if you put something in here, you realize that you messed something up, you can always hit the stop key or the interrupt key. And then afterwards, you can always tap on the job list up here, and that will tell you what job that's going through the machine at the moment, and it will queue them up. So if there's several people putting things through that machine at one time, it will queue up those jobs. And if you put in a job that's something ridiculous, like 1,000 copies of something dumb, you can always go ahead and hit that interrupt button and go into the job queue or this job list and go ahead and select the one that is the one that you don't want going through that machine and hit the delete option. Alright, that should cover basic copying with Konica Minolta 4 series device. My name is Ryan, and hope this helps out. Thanks.